There we go. We will call to order the finance meeting of the Cumberland County Commissioners and begin with a roll call, please, Desiree.
Commissioner Nieder.
I am here.
Commissioner Fashi.
I'm here.
Commissioner Eichelberger.
And now we will open it up to public comment. There's no one in the room. Desiree, is there anyone online seeking to make public comment?
Not at this time.
Not at this time? Okay. We'll move right into the approval of the minutes of the January 29th meeting. Someone would like to make a motion on that?
I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next up, we have Stephanie Williams with us, who is joining from the Agriculture Land Preservation Board with a reappointment.
Yes, good afternoon. The appointment of the chairperson to the Agricultural Land Preservation Board is a little unique in that the bylaws specify that the chairman of the Board of Commissioners may designate a chair. It has been past practice of the board that our Agricultural Land Preservation Board makes a recommendation to the Board of Commissioners, and then there's official action on the Board of Commissioners to appoint the chairperson. This year, the board recommended Bill Piper. He has been our chair for a few years, and that is the recommendation of the board for 2025.
Thank you, Stephanie. I serve as liaison to this board, and the board itself is incredibly engaged. And but it's surprising they don't seem to want to take on the role of chairman. Nobody was eagerly raising their hands, so very much appreciate Bill Piper's continued participation. So I guess we will need a motion on this.
I'll move to approve.
All right.
I'll second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Next up, we have a discussion and possible motion to approve the Cumberland County Commission for Women budget. And with us, we have Angela Smyser, who's going to be presenting on behalf of the commission.
Hello, commissioners.
Hello.
So unfortunately, all of the members of the Commission for Women work full-time jobs, and we're not able to make any of our finance meetings. So they asked that I speak on their behalf for their budget request.
Angela, I'm just gonna, I would think it was the board members, not every commission
Yes,
member.
the board.
Just the board.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
They asked me to sit in for them. So we have on the screen a graphic that kind of lays out their strategic plan for the year. They're focusing on four major initiatives that align with their mission throughout the year. And what they have planned are four different events, one kind of related quarter by quarter to each of these items. So the first one is the part two of the child care town hall that they had last year. They had a really successful event that sparked a lot of good conversations throughout the community, and they got a lot of feedback and a lot of requests of, hey, we want to keep talking about this. So they're looking to hold a second part of that forum. They really want to focus on inviting local businesses so they can talk about their impacts and like get ideas for their solutions. What are they thinking might be helpful and beneficial to the community regarding childcare? The second event that they're looking to hold is called a navigating systems event. So this is related to like the housing systems as well as the healthcare and government, kind of ties all of this into it. They want to have some virtual lunch and learns that they invite females in the community to attend to talk about a variety of different topics, housing, financial planning, workforce development, women in government, and based on the attendance at those events and the conversations that occurred, hopefully schedule follow-up virtual meetings about those same things if those topics take off and people are interested in discussing. The third event would be a healthcare resource fair. They want to host an event to address the healthcare needs for women and share with them all the resources that are available in the community, because awareness is one of their major initiatives and making sure that people just know what's out there. A lot of times people come and say, you know, we really need this, and then they just don't know that that service exists. So they really want to raise awareness, and they're hoping to have some healthcare providers in the region attend and be able to share, you know, all the resources and everything that they have available. And I think that sounds I think that sounds like a really great event. And then the fourth event that they're looking to do later on in the year, Q4, is a local government matters event. So they are picturing this as a virtual event. Now they're still obviously in the process of planning all of these, so they might change it to in person. But they're looking to have a virtual event that focuses on local government and how the local elections and being involved in your local government can impact your lives as well as the lives of others in the community. And just kind of spreading the word and sharing, how they can be involved in that moving forward. So they're anticipating a $500 for each of these 4 events, totaling a budget request of $2,000 for the year of 2025. And just for awareness, our office assists them with all of their budgetary needs and processing of their invoices. And we've developed a really good working relationship with the board of the Commission for Women. I have nothing but good things to say about them at this time. We definitely, had our growing pains in the beginning, but they're growing, we're growing, and just moving forward from here.
Yeah, I think it's a dynamic group, and I'm a little biased. And I know, Jean, you served on as liaison to this group before I joined the board, and now I am doing that. And they've just really gotten a spark, and you've got the right people doing all of the right things. The one thing I would add, the local government really stems from, trying to engage women in understanding that they can play a role. And it's going to be completely bipartisan. It is not a political statement that anyone is making, really just to tell them to host and talk about that. A lot of people don't know you can volunteer to serve on your planning commission in your township. So to encourage things like that. The Child Care Town Hall is going to be the first one up, and they are slated for May. The other event that Commissioner Fasci and I attended was really, again, that was from the side of more of the need, and a lot of people expressing that they needed childcare, and some childcare providers, the issues they were facing and being able to provide affordable childcare. This is really going to be focused, as you said, Angela, on businesses. And there's a couple of models that are out there now where businesses are giving compensation toward childcare or entering into relationships with a childcare provider so that they can secure several spots for their employees. So they want to expand that conversation. I believe Members First, if I'm not mistaken, has graciously is allowing use of their beautiful space to host that event free of charge. So their corporate office in Hampton. So just a great group of women really focused on elevating these issues, having conversations, and really can point to some solutions and some needs and some solutions that we see in Cumberland County. So
I was actually speaking with Samantha over in the communications department, and their social media page they've been more active on it, and they're getting a lot more traction with members of the public on there as well. So I think they're utilizing all of their tools for getting their message and mission out there.
Absolutely. And I think that they've done a great job of tasking. It's a relatively large group, but really breaking down into different groups, tasks like, managing that social media and that everyone is doing great work. So I think that it's the first, I think this group started to really come together, Jean, when you had seen them building out the board.
They did.
And luckily they're continuing it. The only concern I have, Angela, is you mentioned, you had the little stumbling blocks, and I think they may change their officer positions a little short, where it's like one year. I just need to confirm if it's not. 2 years has more consistency oftentimes in establishing this. They are trying to work through the ranks, bringing people so that it's not entirely foreign as to what processes have been put into place with the commissioner's office. So some of the folks that are now coming into the leadership roles have been there a little while, so that's great consistency.
Yeah, and I think I've seen them doing a good job at when they're sending emails, copying other members who are, potentially going to be taken over in the future to make sure that they're not getting bombarded, they're
Right.
seeing that and that exposure, which I think is helping
Perfect.
everybody understand what's going on.
That's great. Did anyone have any questions of Angela or me regarding this?
I don't have any questions. I think it's fine. I think this Women's Healthcare Fair is a great place for Sadler. We have great healthcare providers in this area, but Sadler Health Center, here in Carlisle, they've got a place in Mechanicsburg. Anyone can go there. And so I think that inviting them would be a good idea.
Sounds good. We can certainly make sure we get them connected with our connections at
Yeah,
Sadler Health
Great,
Center.
thank you.
Any other questions? And if there aren't, then we would just request the budget be approved here.
I'll move to approve the budget.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Is there any other business to come before the board at this time? Hearing none, I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved. We are adjourned.